The animals in the land and the dense forest caused the beginning of Jurassic Age. What happened to the animals in the ocean? The evolution of Ice Age is a slow process. During the period of evolution, the animals in the ocean started migrating to the land. For example, fish and crocodiles started migrating to the land as most of the water in the ocean started freezing and the increase in Arctic and Antarctic ice continent area. That is why we have mermaids. A fish turned human, crocodile turned human, etc. The species of penguins have evolved from fish. In India and some other part of world, separate caste systems exist with their name denoting some animals. Growth of Lemuria and Atlantis continent is now presented. The Lemuria continent did not grow in one day. It slowly appeared from beneath the ocean over a period of time. So did Atlantis continent. One may ask a question whether plants grow in salt water. The answer is yes. E.g., mangrove forests. The following slides explain the growth of Lemuria and Atlantis. Due to the salty nature of the land, the genes of the plants were modified over a period. This event is called gene degeneracy or gene mutation. Due to gene degeneracy, the trees started growing sky high. The average height of trees in that salt continent is 500 meters, approximately 1,500 feet. And on average the trees were having more than 1,000 branches. What is orbital degeneracy of electrons in quantum mechanics? No two electrons will occupy the same orbital. They will occupy degenerate orbital, the energy levels of which differ minutely. The orbital degeneracy of electrons is depicted in the following picture. To match the height of plants, the animals also started growing vertically. Due to their increase in height, all animals started walking with two legs. The genes of the animals were also degenerate. Due to mutation, degeneracy, of genes and more presence of salt, they started having more heads, each head corresponding to the branch of tree, and hands. Their heads were having horns representing the leaves of the tree. It was quoted in the Hindu epic Ramayana that Ravana, king of Lemuria continent, had 10 heads. Even now the Hindu god Kartikeya is believed to have 6 heads. Hindu god Brahma had 4 heads. First instance of early human-initiated deforestation, in Lemuria, is revealed here. Genetic disorder, gene degeneracy, gene become degenerate when grown in salt water. Even now human race takes a pinch of salt along with their food. Salt is required for proper functioning of nervous system and brain. Our brain is the computer which controls all our activity and learning. If we stop taking salt, we will lose our sixth sense. We will become animal. Language, science and technology will not be passed on to the next generation. If intake of salt is stopped, civilization will come to an end. That is design of modern human body nervous system. The proof for multi-head human is presented in the following slides. Please pause the video for some time. A quick recap of what we learned so far. Early human had more than one head. Each head corresponds to the branch of a tree. Please stay tuned. Early human had more than 2 hands. Each pair of hand corresponds to the branch of a tree. They had fur to protect them from the very low temperature. Fur corresponds to the leaves of tree. ... Early human had many glands. Each gland corresponds to the fruits or seeds he eats. Reason for having more heads and hands is presented here. Due to the presence of more salt in their food, genes start mutating over a period of time. This gene mutation is then reason behind the multiple head and hands. Why did human walk on 2 legs? To match the height of the trees in the Lemuria salt continent, the human, animal, started growing vertically. Due to which, he started walking on 2 legs. At the end of current age, the best survived men will walk with 4 legs. This process follows a cycle. The examples for human-turned animals are lizard and chimpanzee. They turned back to animal life after the end of last current age. Ape is an exception where even now they are walking on 2 legs. The current form of human is Homo sapiens, evolved version of Heterosapiens. Heterosapiens, that is, early human, are the Neanderthals evolved from all kind of animals including dinosaurs. Due to evolution, they had sexual intercourse among them and the current forms of human called Homo sapiens, human, have evolved. These events had occurred in Ice Age. Proof for human evolved from all kind of animals is presented here. Different blood groups denote different animal from which he evolved. Different castes denote different animal from which the race have evolved. Different language denote different animal from which a race have evolved. Now within a race different blood groups are found, and hence it is proof for that all human are Homo sapiens. Hence all human are equal. Why do we call mother tongue and motherland? Why? Because the first language was created by virgin mothers. The first tools were created by virgin mothers. Using those tools, virgin mothers destroyed the forests and created country. That is why it was quoted in Bible that the Holy Mother of Jesus is a virgin. Hence Lemuria continent is also called as Virgin Island. In Hinduism, they celebrate a function called Dussehra to show their gratitude to virgin mothers. Please play the video to continue. In the upcoming sessions, we are going to see the different kind of animals evolved into Neanderthals and then humans. The following pictures depict different Hindu gods and Greek mythical figures. They represent the early animals from which they evolved. All Hindu gods should be treated as ancestors who were scientists contributed to the then and current society. Ganesha is known as elephant god with 5 faces. Kartikeya is known as 6-face peacock god. Brahma is known as 4-face lizard god. He is also known as the creator current age. Nandi is known as cow god. Narasimha is known as god with lion face. Hayagriva is known as horse face god. Garuda is known as eagle face god. Hanuman is known as monkey face god. Mermaids are known as fish god. Nagakanya is known as snake god. Ravana was the emperor of Lemuria continent with 10 heads. Minotaur is a Greek mythical creature having bull head and human body. Centaur is Greek mythical creature with human head and horse body. According to Hinduism, Spider-Man is human being evolved from spiders. According to Hinduism, Batman is human being evolved from fruit-eating bats. In India, different caste system exists denoting different animals from which they had evolved. At the current age only 2 caste systems exist in the world, and they are male and female caste. The science and technology of early human are explained in this section. The mystery of Peru Nazca lines and Eastern Island statues are explained here. Eastern Island was created by men during Middle Age to inform something to the modern human. Peru Nazca lines were created by men during Middle Age using advanced technology they had at that point of time. The science and technology of early human was advanced. Since they had many brains, they were able to think more. They had the same science and technology what we own now. The science and technology of early human is discussed in detail here. In fact, they had achieved nuclear fusion reactions. From those nuclear fusion reactors, they converted nitrogen into gold, alchemy. This gold is still inside the temple of Trivandrum in the state of Kerala in India. One calculation shows that the amount of gold inside the temple is 100 times more than that can be mined from the known gold mines of India for the known history of India. In the world, every country is having gold in bank vaults except India, where every house is having gold vault. The proof for the science and technology of early human is the Diwali festival celebrated in India and Indonesia. During the Diwali festival, celebrated in India and Indonesia, different type of crackers, rockets and chakras, flying saucer machine, were used. This festival is celebrated for more than 5,000 years. Diwali crackers are proof for early men's science and technology. Using the flying object, UFO, powered by nuclear fusion reactors shown in the next slide, the early man had launched satellites and traveled to different planets and solar system to find the existence of life. They had reconnaissance and communication satellites. They had space-borne observatories similar to our Hubble Space Telescope. He found that all planets and some of their moons are having life different from human life. For this argument, proof will be given in the next video. Flying saucers used by early men is shown in this video. The cause for industrialization of modern world is explained here. Using the gold collected as tax by the British people during their period of rule, they funded the research and development activities around the world where they had ruled. It was told to me that British learned to run a machine using steam and passed on the information to James Watt. James Watt invented the first steam engine of the world. In India, steam engine was used to cook food for more than 2,000 years now. I don't think so. It might be a rumor. British people enjoyed plants and wealth which they amazed from India and did some good research and development activities. How the early men perished. Due to a nuclear war and followed by a supervolcano eruption, the early men perished. Some of them survived. The near extinction of early men is explained in detail here. Due to deforestation in Lemuria and Atlantis continent, global warming increased. There was a cold war between the Lemuria continent and the rest of the erstwhile world. The king Ravana of Lemuria continent had enough nuclear warheads in stockpile, more than 10,000 nuclear warheads. He had produced hormone injection which converts female to male. This hormone is produced from the seeds of mango tree. Due to this hormone, most of the women in Lemuria continent turned into men. They started kidnapping other society women for the sake of sex. It was quoted in Hinduism that there was a war between the two gods Ganesha and Muruga for the mango fruit. Even in Bible it was quoted that the god told Eve not to eat that fruit. King Ravana kidnapped Sita, the wife of King Rama. This started a war. They became cannibals. Ravana started dictating others. As a result, war broke out. The then King of India, South Africa and Australia conducted surgical strike on the weapon stockpile of Lemuria, which resulted in detonating all the 10,000 hydrogen bombs at the same time. Nuclear bomb detonation is depicted in the following picture. It shows the mushroom cloud formed after a nuclear bomb detonation. This war was followed by a super volcano eruption in New Zealand. The volcano eruption is shown in the following figure. Thus the Lemuria continent civilization came to an end. The war and volcano eruption caused a sudden surge in the global temperature. Due to melting ice glaciers, all their wealth is washed away. The people of Lemuria continent lost all their wealth and started their life afresh. The people who survived the attack in the Lemuria continent started migrating to mainlands of India, South Africa and Australia. At this point of time, the human had only 4 heads and 8 hands. The human head has increased from 1 number to 6 numbers and reduced from 6 in number to 1 in number. This is a slow process during evolution. The animals in land have only 1 head because there is no salt in their food to mutate the gene. The following section describes about the Second Nuclear War and another super volcano eruption. During Middle Age, another nuclear war happened, Mahabharata War. This was followed by a super volcano eruption. This event is quoted in Mahabharata that God Krishna had hidden the sun for Arjuna to fight. How a man Krishna can hide the sun. This event is due to the ashes from the volcano eruption. The ashes did not allow the sun rays to enter the earth for a period of 18 months. This period is referred to as nuclear. Plants migrated from Lemuria continent to the mainland either by human or seed dispersal by birds. Coconut tree, mango tree, jackfruit tree, banana tree, jamunberry tree, neem tree, tamarind tree, banyan tree, pumpkin creeper, black pepper plant, piper beetle leaf plant. Question and answer session begins now. Most of your questions are answered here. Some of the similarities between all religions are discussed here. The name Roman Catholics might have been originated from Hinduism. The word Roman is similar to Raman in Hindu epic Ramayana. Ramzan is a word derived from Ram and Janagi. Ram was hero of Ramayana. Rama and Hanuman conducted a surgical strike on Sri Lanka, the then Lemuria, and set fire on it. The following words have a similarity. Om's Lam, Oman, Om is a chanting mantra in Hindu religion. It represents cosmic microwave background radiation which is pervasive all over the universe. The Japan city name Nagasaki might have been derived from Naga and Saki. Meaning of which is Nagasaki is city of Nagars. The meaning of Nagars is nothing but a snake turned human. All language alphabets starts with the letter A. Now the question session begins. Do you want to know the timeline of these events? Do you want to know how and when human got single head? Do you want to know how and why we don't remember our past life of having more heads? When the world is going to end. Apocalypse. How the world will end. What will happen?